Hello folks, this is me, the Trash Man here, and this may seem like a random video, and it is, but I just kinda wanna go on a tangent real quick about video game writing slash character writing, and even movies or TV show writing that's been happening for the past half decade, I'd say, that I've just been noticing. And this doesn't apply to all games. Like God of War was amazing writing and all that stuff. Better Call Saul was amazing writing, stuff like that. But there's just been something happening where writers, which by the way, there's been a big writer strike going on, so maybe that's why. But there's been a big thing of these writers just making the utmost most insufferable game writing of all time. Like take for example Forspoken, I guess, not Forsaken. I mean, it might as well be, but Forspoken, the game has the most annoying protagonist you could ever meet, you could ever just try to meet, who's constantly moaning and, oh, fuck you, little pussy. Sorry for the language, but that's literally all her writing is, where she's just a piece of garbage who just yells at people and she doesn't change for the better. She just stays the same for the entire game, where she bemoans in your ear constantly. And the story itself is bad. Like, it doesn't try anything, and it's just annoying. That part's annoying to see. Another game, Borderlands 3. You go from Borderlands 2. Borderlands 2 had Handsome Jack and all that stuff, and at least a cleverly written story with cleverly written jokes. You go to Borderlands 3. And let me just say, the writing is ass. I'm just gonna say why. You got they were hyping up in the pre-sequel that they're hyping up a great war that was going to happen. They were hyping up a great war that, you'd need all the vault hunters you could get. And then they release it, and what are the villains? Twitch streamers. What's up, my brothers and sisters? God Queen, Tyrene, coming at you live. What's up, superfan? That's all they're writing, and then they just constantly bemoan in your ear for the entire game, which is like a 40-hour game if you're rushing through it. And you know how annoying that is. The writing's so bad. And unlike Borderlands 2, you had space between dialogue. You had a lot of moments where you wouldn't have constant berating in your ears. And most of the jokes that they said in the game landed. Some were stinkers, but most were landers. But we go to Borderlands 3. What do we get? Most of the jokes just being stupid fart jokes or kitty baby gamer stuff, It's dumb. They constantly, instead of getting a period of no talking, they just constantly try to throw jokes at you, hoping one lands, yet they all fall flat. It's dumb. It's just boring. It's just annoying. And I don't like Borderlands 3, granted. I really did try. I put in about 120 hours into that game, trying to like it. I was trying to get into it like I could with the other Borderlands games. I even like the pre-sequel better than that game. And what do I like? It's just annoying. And the people that I've talked to are just like, well, just play with the dialogue off. If I have to play with the dialogue off to enjoy a game, am I gonna really enjoy a game that I paid like $60 for? Goodness gracious. I've heard some of the DLCs have decent writing, but I'm not gonna go back to check. But yeah, it's just something to notice. And even TV shows are getting affected by this. Say, for example, She-Hulk or She-Trash, as much as we like to call it. She-Hulk is just an annoying character. And I'm going to say it straight up. She's annoying. She barely changes over time. All she is just an annoyance and a gimmick. And let me tell you why. Everyone knows that famous scene where she's, berating the Hulk about him telling her, she has to control her anger. She's like, Bruce, I'm much better at handling my anger than you. I deal with so much more than you. All you had was your parents dying and all that stuff. All you had was dealing with radiation poisoning, a deep depression. That's all you had to deal with. And then, what? You tried to keep yourself safe, or, the other term. It's nothing compared with what I deal with. I get catcalled. I get my name called. Some people even try to tell me advice on how to do my job better because I'm a terrible lawyer. It's just terrible. And that's the entirety of her character. She's just an annoying gimmick who just cries and cries and cries and berating Bruce, who's only trying to help her. And it's just like, I'm trying to think of another example. I mean, there's that Secret Invasion stuff that come out, but I guess movies or stuff like that, I don't really know. I can't really think of movies since I don't really watch too many. I do think there are good examples of like movies and TV shows doing good. Like I said, Better Call Saul, amazing. You know, God of War, amazing. I mean, even The Last of Us show, amazing. You know, there are good examples of good writing nowadays, but there's just so much more examples nowadays of just bad writing, bad mainstream writing. It's insane to me. It's insane to me that the writing has only, like, I feel like regressed as we've, you know, kind of tried to evolve our writing styles to where now we just got these like like the little picture of Rumpelstiltskin with the little like glasses and the beard on. Those are the guys that are writing the show, like trying to be quirky and, you know, with the people. We're trying to be with the people. You know, but I just feel like they fall flat. And, you know, I feel like there are some cases where a badly written story can be fun. Like, fun, bad stories. But you have to do it right. But a lot of these things are trying to... You have to, you know that your writing's bad. And you just kind of play off the silliness of it. You know, even like the Twisted Metal thing kind of did that. I mean, not a great show, but a decent show. But a lot of these things take themselves seriously. And nowadays we have directors who are moaning about... Oh, you know, this is the story we wanted to tell. You know, we wanted bad reviews because you feeble-minded Americans or Europeans, you just can't understand true art. You know, we wrote this and this is a masterpiece, but you just can't understand it because y'all, what should we be expecting to help you with your expectations? Ask you, you know, how to improve, you know, what you want out of it? Is that our job as directors of a story? Wow. An amazing thought. I have an amazing thought here. Yes, it's your job. You're a director of a show. You're supposed to make the show as good as possible and put quality into it so that it, you know, it grows and people will like it. Taking risks is now deemed bad for some reason. Taking risks is the sole reason shows like Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul are amazing. Games like God of War are amazing. They take risks. They take risks. And they become, you know, pumpy. People love them. But guess what? Let's give an example. You know, Forspoken, that's definitely not a well-written story. Guess what? It flopped. You know, let's think of something else. Oh, movies recently. Elementals? Mediocre writing. No one cared. I mean, granted, that's also due to bad marketing. Man, it's just insane. You know, I'm glad to see like movies nowadays are getting punished for bad writing. And same goes with TV shows. Like Velma was terrible as well. I forgot to mention Velma, but that's a whole different topic. I do not want to go on that. You better not put me on that. I'm watching you. It's just very annoying that I love the good examples. Like when someone tries something new and they put love into their writing, I love it. I mean, granted, sometimes it's not for me, but I can respect when there's actually good writing behind something or a good premise behind something. But I know for a fact whenever something's insufferably written, I don't even care if something's mediocrely written. Like if something's mediocrely written, even if it's a cliche story, guess what? It could still be a fun story. Like Dying Light, for example. Dying Light 1 had a pretty, you know, mediocre story, but it was still fun. And because it just didn't have any insufferable assholes. It didn't try to take itself too seriously. It tried to treat itself like a 1980s, zombie flick. You know, anything like that. Old terminology and all. I don't know. I don't want to make this video longer than it should be, so I just want to end this here. Have a good day, folks. I'll see you later. Have a great day. And holy cow, do we need to fix a big problem with writers. And also pay your good writers better, please, companies. Please.